right when I go on. But I do want to welcome y'all to Beyond the Trench. I'm having a camera issue right now, right when I'm going on. So I'll bring everybody else in to get this thing started while I fix my stuff one by one. First of all, got to bring my man. I'm going to do it real quick too. Daryl, what's good, Daryl?
It's good, but your camera know what time it is this week, so it
I
just
know,
that's a
man.
little
Right?
only.
Oh, don't worry, Daryl. I got something for you. Don't even worry about it, Daryl. Next up, but not last up, my guy over here, always with the facts and opinions, my right hand man. What's good, Jeff?
What up, player?
What up? I'm gonna fix this camera. Don't worry about it. And
I
well,
mean,
it
my
was a little
face on camera.
focus.
That's all they need.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, I'll
End
be
of
in
the
a
night.
second or whatever like that. But we gotta bring my guy, my fellow Steelers fan. Let's represent Steelers Nation. What's good, Toby?
Yo, what's good, man? Steelers want to know. I'm feeling good.
About to be 2-0. Right,
Yeah.
right, right. There I go. All right, back like I never left. All right, and then last but not least, the Eagle fan with us right now, but he always got a lot of football opinions. My man Jordan. What's good, Jordan?
Eagles.
Nah.
Was
Mr.
good. Was
Mr.
good. Was
Soapbox
good. Hey,
himself.
raise your hand if your team want to know.
My fantasy team is. My fantasy team is. So I don't really care.
Damn, he played you in the house.
You tried it. You tried it. I got it.
Nah, you know you might, bro. You know you my guy, bro.
I got. I got you, funny guy.
But speaking of fantasy, let's give the fantasy update for the people in the chat since it's fantasy league football season. gotta start. Gotta gotta start with Toby, who squeaked it out
Squeaked it.
He's so hyped.
versus the managerless team with the kicks from what's his
You
name?
got a good team.
Moody.
Moody, yeah, Jack Moody or whatever like that.
You got a
He was
good
over there
team.
That
sweating,
is
though.
wild though. That is wild though. That's lit
Yo,
though.
yo, I was going against Debo and Garrett Wilson.
Nah,
Don't know how I did it, bro.
no excuses.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
thought Garrett was gonna have a great game, but
hmm
Yeah. Then we got to talk about Jordan, who's back like he was last season with the 40-point loss to Les Walker.
40.
Squad over there. Yeah.
I mean, I had relax. It was 50 because I had 41 points on my bench and I still wouldn't have won. But I mean, keep it real. Would you guys have started Xavier Worthy and J Mo? Keep it a beat. Just
I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you.
just keep it. Just
Probably
keep it
Worthy.
real.
Flex.
Maybe Worthy.
Yeah, I would have gave Worthy a
Daryl
shot.
Worthy.
I
Toby, you
really
said
got
no.
to.
No,
Jeff,
probably
who you would have did? Either or,
No.
both, or just one or the other.
Xavier.
One or the
I did both.
You did both.
Why
Mike,
not?
One or the other. Probably
one or
worth
the other. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chiefs had B more, so I'm like and then I didn't know what J Mo was gonna do, but I know now.
Yeah.
Well, again, 40-point loss over here. Okay, so I got a nice little victory. I don't want to talk about my victory. This is what I do. So we're gonna move on from that, and then we're gonna go to Daryl, who didn't score 100 points. Only didn't score 100 points and lost
Top
to
five
Jeff.
defense.
Loss is a loss. Don't matter how much points you score. No kind of
He
thing.
scored- Well, actually, he did score 89 points. He did score
Right.
90 points.
He almost got a 40 burger too, so he was close.
I mean, Jeff, he did get 30 points combined with a defense and kicker, but that's
It's about draft GM skills. I know.
You had the
who-
Bears.
Right.
You had the Bears, Jeff.
I had the Bears.
I had
the
the
Bears.
Chargers.
You had.
Chargers.
Oh well, the Bears had a great defensive game.
Yeah, but they're playing Houston this week, so I don't know about the defense this week. So
Yeah, I cut them in my other league.
we gonna
I had to
see.
pick somebody else up.
Me too. Moving on though. Monday Night Football. We just talked about it a little bit. The Niners do beat the Jets. Actually, they beat up on the Jets eventually. And what we think about that game? And are we encouraged or discouraged by Aaron Rodgers' first game back? I'm gonna start with you, Jordan. What you think?
I mean, I thought just for on the Rodgers real quick. I thought he definitely looked decent. I mean, obviously, like hasn't been on the field in the whole year. Achilles injury. He looked more mobile than I thought. Like he would be. Like I thought he was a lot more mobile than Kirk Cousins was. Still, obviously, like the arm strength, accuracy, that'll never go anywhere. Probably just needs to get like back into the flow. But I am like concerned for him because I get it. They were going against the 49ers. That offensive line looks like they still stink. Like I know it was the Niners, great defense, great defensive line, but I feel like they literally showed no type of improvement. Like after the first drive, or the first scoring drive that they had, it was like they had no action. 49ers basically took Garrett Wilson out and then it was like they didn't know what to do. Like Garrett Wilson on that scoring drive, 4 catches, 45 yards. Brees goes in for the tud. I'm like, oh shit. You feel like he's back. And it didn't end up like that. I just have a big question on their offensive line. I think the defense is fine. I think they'll get it together. I just have a question on their defensive line. I mean offensive line.
Toby, what's your thoughts on the game and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the game. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not encouraged or discouraged, but he's rusty. He just been injured for a long time, so he's I'm gonna give him more time to show me what he has. Their defense played good. They gave up a lot of field goals. They didn't give up touchdowns. And the 49ers do what the 49ers do. They put another running back in there and they got the job done. Rodgers and the offense just has to click. So we'll see what happens now. I'm impressed by the 49ers because they're consistent. They get the W's. Their running game is unstoppable. Their offensive schemes, you can't stop it. And I was excited to see Aaron Rodgers back out there. So we'll see. I'm not taking too much from this game from either side because I feel like the Jets are, they're just not getting Aaron Rodgers back. It's his first game back. And the Niners, I'm not surprised by what I've seen from them because, no matter who's back there, even when Christian McCaffrey was out, I think the year before last year or anytime he's injured, I can't remember the name of the running backs, but whoever they put back there always gets the job. So, yeah, Mitchell.
Everything.
And I feel like there was another one too. I don't remember, but so it was a good game overall. 49ers do what they do, and I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers more time.
Jeff, what are your thoughts on all that?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a solid game. 13 for 21, 167 yards, a touchdown. Interception was Wilson's fault because it kind of bounced off of him and went into the 49ers' hands. You got to keep in mind he had the Achilles injury, so he's not really that mobile. They couldn't really do any rollouts. He couldn't climb the pocket like he normally would. Like Toby said, the 49ers put up a bunch of field goals, so we know the defense was doing their part. They was keeping them out of the end zone. I mean, you can run up and down the field all day, but if you don't get 7 and you trade that for 3, you kind of still in the game. They did put Tyrod in the game, and he had like 67 yards at a touchdown. So it's not like the Jets were playing terribly bad. And I think that, what the Jets didn't do that the 49ers did a whole bunch of, players in motion before the snap. I think that gives the quarterback the ability to kind of see what kind of defense is in front of him. I think the 49ers did 92% of their plays where they had motion. And I think 60-something% of the plays, they had 2 players going motion. So they was able to identify where the weaknesses were and attack the offense that way or attack the defense that way. The Jets just didn't do that. And I think that offense is going to take time. I guess we're going to call this a hot take. I don't think Salah is the guy. I think he needs to go.
It's not a hot take.
Yeah, I think he needs to go. They saying he has the pulse of the defense, but it didn't look like it. I mean, you gave a no-name guy 140 yards right off the rip, like out the gates. I mean, y'all been together all preseason. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he'll get it together. It is who he is. He's an elite quarterback. He still is elite. Yes, like I said, as he gets to heal and progress from the injury, he'll be a lot better. But 49 took care of business. Kyle Shanahan is just really breeding from his dad's tree. He's a great play caller.
Darryl, what's your thoughts, man?
I'm gonna start with the Niners. They look like the Niners to me. There's no weaknesses. Just a well-oiled machine, perfect execution and play calling, all 3 phases. Still able to run on anybody, no matter who's in the backfield. Offensive line still stout. Saw a couple chinks in the armor. Brandon Ayuk, he definitely looked like he just showed up a week ago. He's gonna take some time to him to get in. But Purdy, I still got after last playoffs, I got nothing negative to say about Purdy. Like he just makes the right plays all the time, the good throws, but almost damn near perfect throws. I never like looking at Purdy and saying, "Oh, that was a dumb decision" or anything like that. He just seems like always is in the right position and try to play everybody else in the right position. So credit that to coaching too, because last pick in the draft to build himself up to what it is now, about to get paid crazy this all season. So shout out to them. As far as Rodgers, I was encouraged by what I saw from Rodgers. First thing that stuck out to me was his arm. His arm doesn't look like it dropped off at all. The ball was getting out quick and with velocity on it too. I like what I saw with what they can build upon with Garrett and with Garrett Wilson and Rodgers. I feel like that could be reminiscent of the Rodgers-Devontae combination. I feel like as the season goes on, that connection is going to grow. He even kind of talked about it. He said, even with Garrett Wilson getting 11 targets, he said that wasn't enough. We got to up that. So I think that's going to build as the season goes on. And the Jets overall, I think they're going to be better as the season goes on. I didn't expect them to be on a level at the Niners, their first full game with Rodgers. So I think they're going to take from what they learned from this and move on. They got a good get-right game next week against the Titans. So I think they're going to get better as the season moves on.
Shit, who else gonna catch passes? Like who else?
Lazard, he was
Okay, Lazard.
getting 2 touchdowns. They ain't play Mike Williams for some reason. So I think that he's going to get healthier when the season goes on too.
Yeah, he was on the
I said
sideline.
the same shit, Jeff. I'm like, ain't got nobody to throw it to.
Yeah,
He ain't got nobody to throw it to.
Should be doing this thing. I think the whole game was about the Jets defense. Like Jeff said, I thought it would be better than what they were. They've been together for 2 years. That's supposed to be their staple, run the ball defensively, and they got ran up and down the field. And I think that and defense is supposed to be in front of the offense at this point in week 1. And they look like it for the Jets. So I think that's a problem. They definitely need Reddick. This game was really good for Hassan Reddick. And I can say, y'all need me. He's losing, I think like $800,000 a game or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna come to a deal.
You got it.
I know it. Yeah. And I do feel like Rodgers is gonna get better. I mean, he's not as mobile as he once was, though. He looked a little shaky to me, but
he had the Achilles though. Like you gotta remember,
he's still old too.
He's old too. Yeah, he is. Give it to him. But the offensive line, I'm with Jordan on that too. With Breece Hall, he is a good back, but the offensive line, making the holes for him. I felt like so it was a problem. But that division, you got the Dolphins and the Bills this week. Jets in that same division, so Jets have to get a win. So I feel like we're gonna see, what happens there.
By the way, this is just for a fan watching.
Okay,
they know who they are.
Moving on to Sunday Night Football, we had the Lions and the Rams. Game went to overtime. Lions wound up pulling it out. We had some injuries in the game. It was an interesting game. Darryl, what's your thoughts on that game? Lions and
for me, starting with the Lions, Pierce's last season was no fluke. I didn't really pay attention too much to the all season, but it looks like they kept their coordinators, which is key, just like kind of what I touched on with the Texans off season. It looks like they got the best O-line in football. Like that overtime, all they did was lean on that O-line and David Montgomery just run straight out the middle until they scored a touchdown. Nothing special about it, just run the ball. They still have a 2-headed monster at running back. I saw they featured Gibbs earlier and then kind of leaned on Montgomery late, which was kind of reverse what they did last year. So I feel like as long as they keep them two healthy and kind of divide that workload, that's going to, because they're running the ball is their biggest strength. So they throughout the season, they just keep that division of labor where it is. I feel like that's going to help them. J-Mo, he has the potential to be like the Jalen Waddle element for this Lions offense. Like not the number one receiver, but still just is relying on his speed and route running to get plays and get open. That's what I saw from him in golf. I didn't see too much. It was quiet for St. Brown. That was kind of locking him up. So I feel like J-Mo, he can really step in and be that number one dynamic 2 receiver for that team. I think that's going to help. That's going to help them get them over the hump. I feel like that was an issue for them last year, other than forget what their tight end's name, but him and
Laporta.
And Laporta. Him and Laporta. That's pretty much their only receiving options last year. So adding him, maybe they get somebody in the free agency as well, because I feel like the receiving core is like their kind of like their weakest point there. And as far as the Rams, I like what I saw from the Rams. They need to get Puka healthy for sure. Kind of getting Cooper Kupp back to 100%, but then losing Puka, they got to kind of spell that void until he gets back. I think the number 18 Robinson, I think he made some plays last year while Kupp was out. I think he's going to continue to make that plays, but they need to get healthy in order to contend in the NFC. I feel like they can win some games without Puka, but in order to take them as a serious contender, they said he might be out more than just a 4 minimum period. So they got to figure that out too.
Yeah, I think it'll be 4 to 6, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go back around. Jeff, how you feel about that game? Rams?
Yo, both of these teams, they just look just like each other. I mean, let's be for real. It was a really close game. I mean, even when you look at all the stats, like everything was like really mirroring. The first downs, the rushing yards, of course, went in Detroit's favor because the Rams don't really have a rushing attack or a rushing player at all. Kyron Williams was good, but he's neither Jameer Gibbs, nor David Montgomery. Let's be for real about it. Like I said last week, Cooper Kupp coming back, he's getting his spot back. I don't know about this Puka thing. I think he might just fade and be a nice second guy, but he won't be as good as Cooper Kupp. Kupp and Stafford got chemistry out of this world. So getting 10 for 100 plus in this first game really doesn't shock me. I mean, 7.9 yards a catch it's moderate and a lot of the intermediate. But that's pretty good. The funny thing that stuck out to me is, damn, do they miss Aaron Donald? I mean, the Lions really just shoved the ball down their throat, like straight up the middle, like no Vaseline, straight like that. And they just really miss Aaron Donald. They had nobody to clog the paint, stop the running game. It is what it is. Jared Goff was moderate, though. I mean, like I said, besides him going to Williams, what else really did he do? He didn't really blow us out the water with a 300-yard game, touchdowns. Stafford had 300 plus on 49 attempts, which was pretty good. A touchdown for both of them, an interception for Stafford, and an interception for Goff. So, like I said, these two teams are really, really similar. I can see this being a rivalry because it could have went either way on Sunday. I mean, let's really talk about we took a field goal, a touchdown in overtime. So, that's something to keep an eye on. As far as 9 for the Detroit Lions, he's going to take the top off defenses, and he's going to allow for Ron St. Brown to really feed off the rest of the season. I don't know if he's going to continue to have games like this, but he's just going to take the top off, and he's going to give them the ability to go underneath, let Jameer Gibbs get off, get his thing popping. But again, like I said, the only thing I really have a concern with Detroit Lions is the coach and his gambling ability. Like what he does, he gambles a lot. Close yardage, fourth down, stuff like that. We'll see how that turns out. But, I mean, it was a really, really, really good game, which is like they just mirror each other. I mean, if you put Stafford back on the Rams and put Goff back on the, if you switch them back again, you might be exactly the same outcome.
Toby?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of this game too. Overall, good game. The Rams, it was good to see Cooper Kupp, back out there doing his thing. Hope Puka, gets healthy, but I was impressed by what I seen by the Rams. They were still able to compete, go down to the wire with the Lions, even without Aaron Donald be tired. And the Lions, they legit. I think last year was it? Hold on, they lost to the 49ers. Was that the NFC Championship game, or was that before the NFC Championship game? Well, they're really legit. They're coming back again. Jameis Williamson is showing that he could be a good number 2. They got the two-headed running back combo. I'm impressed by them. Thinking about it, I think I had Eagles and Niners in the NFC Championship. I might have to put the Lions in there. They look like the better overall team. Maybe even I was about to say better coach, but I called myself because I remember Jeff said the gambling, and I remember even last season in the NFC Championship game, he gambled a couple times too. So we still got to see what he does there. The game was close. Both quarterbacks had turnovers. I think Stafford had a turnover that was like in the towards the end zone or in the red zone. I mean, I feel like that was very costly. Lost of possession there. But overall, the game came down to the wire. It could have went either way. Two good teams that I feel like are going to be playoff bound. But, it was a good game. It was good to see Cooper Kupp, still do his thing. I was just arguing with my friend earlier about him and Ayuk, and he think Ayuk is top 10 and Kupp ain't, but we'll save that for another day. Good game overall.
Has he been watching football the last couple of years?
I don't know, but he said he think he peaked. He can't do it again.
Yo, Jordan, what you thought of the game, bro?
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. I'm a Matt Stafford fan. The Rams were able to compete at the same level. The Lions are a good team too. The Lions are an NFC contender, but I think the Rams could always be an NFC contender. When you look at, you can make a case for Matthew Stafford being the best quarterback in the NFC. You feel me? So, and he has a ring. So, they're always going to be in the fight. You guys let me know if I'm wrong. Daryl, let me know. I mean, I think I mentioned J-Mo breakout year. Now I fucked up. Should have thought of that because I definitely mentioned it, then didn't start him in fantasy, and that fucked me up. But I like what I saw from them. I feel like both these teams, we already know what they're gonna do. We know what they are. Like and it's going to be like who stays the healthiest.
Mm-hmm.
They already lost Puka. You get what I'm saying? So they're down one. So they're behind. They're going to be behind the 8 ball. That kid Tyler Johnson for them was making some plays. Number 18, like him, he was making some plays. But I mean, overall, I thought it was a good game. Two good teams. Both teams are going to make the playoffs. Right now, the Lions are the healthier team, so they're going to have a better chance of getting to where they want to go. So,
Yeah, I thought the loss of Puka really changed the game. I think that it was so early. Obviously, I didn't play it. Everything with the Cup had 14 catches. Like everything went to Cup. I don't know how many targets he had. So I feel like they kind of played that, crazy. But I also felt like some coaching. Like early in the game, they could have took the 3. They went for it on 4th down. The Rams thought it was a bad move. Should have took the points. I felt like they were chasing after that. So I thought McVay kind of outcoached himself a little bit in the game. And it still wound up getting to overtime, which is good. But I think they kind of cost them later on. The Lions are just a good team. I got them in the Super Bowl, I think. So I think the Lions are just that solid all the way around. Jameson Williams is a good acquisition. I mean, acquisition for Jordan on his fantasy team, but also a good, good for them. I don't know about that Williams over both of them though, Jeff Montgomery and Gibbs. But I might take Kyron over Montgomery. I don't know, but
Nah, you bugging.
I don't know.
But we've seen Dan Montgomery do it in Chicago. He's done it here. Kyron Williams, for one, ain't stayed healthy for one, and for two,
he's
just
nice though, bro. You seen him last year.
Nice.
Well, Gibbs is the best one out of all.
Yeah, Gibbs.
I'll take Gibbs over all of them.
Gibbs is. But if you're saying, Jeff, you were saying you thought Montgomery was better than Kyron Williams.
Yeah,
he is. I don't think that. I mean, we got more tape to show it. Like he's better.
I mean, I get why you would say that. Like the resume, like David Montgomery, people sleep like he's that guy.
Hella sleep.
Like he's taking a back seat to a really talented first round pick.
Right.
He was a Pro Bowl 1,000-yard scrimmage player in.
He's not.
When he was healthy. He's not. Yeah. Like it's hard, but Kyron is nice too.
He's nice, bro.
He's nice. He going back to return punts.
Yeah.
You a star running back returning punts. You gotta be nice. They think you can break one. Because if you can't break one, they're not putting you back there because they want you getting
Jahmyr Gibbs return punts.
I don't never see them return.
I think so.
I personally never see them return.
Okay, and we know Gibbs is better than
he
Williams,
probably
right?
could, but he's frail.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, moving forward though, that's a debate for another day.
I feel you though.
I do think like the Cup. I don't know who said it about the Puka number 2. I think he will be when he gets back more to the number 2 area, only because of the connection with Stafford and Cup. They're like.
Is this going to be the best duo for you guys? Because we talked about that.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
They're not better than Smith and Brown. I mean, I'm definitely not putting them over top of them two.
Both of the Rams receivers are better than Devontae Smith.
Nah,
Still got Hill and Waddle.
Hell no, you wildin'.
I'm a fucking Eagles fan telling you that.
They are. He's right, but I'm.
Puka is better than Smith. Stop.
I'm an Eagles fan. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm an Eagles fan telling you this.
Bro,
then watch Smith go to Alabama and Puka went to where?
Dang, what the fuck do with shit?
He was better. He was a better college. He was a better player. He was a better college. What are you talking about here?
The high school days and shit. High school,
bro. I ain't talking about that shit, bro. He was better than Smith. He would have went to a better college. He would have got recruited by a perennial professional college.
NFL, man.
He's a system player, man. Let's stop it. Puka's a system player. Smith is premier talent.
Hold on. We're gonna do a receiver topic next week because now we definitely got to do one because
I can't believe Jordan. I can't believe you just said that. Like,
let's not forget how good Stafford makes receivers. Like if he wants somebody else, he's not gonna have the year he had.
Listen, I get it. I get what you're saying. If you put Puka Nacua in the Eagles, don't get me wrong. Devontae Smith is that guy.
Bro, did
he
you
was
see
the go-to.
AJ got hurt?
He was the go-to last game, Devontae.
Bro, did you see fucking Devontae when AJ got hurt? Devontae couldn't crack 80 yards, bro.
I mean, because all they had to do was double.
Devontae Smith is a great route runner. All that.
When Cooper was hurt, Puka was killed.
Puka was running the same routes Cooper was running with them little small in quick Jones. Like that. Stop acting like he was going 70 yards for the house. Like, stop it, Mike.
My point is, why couldn't Devontae kill without
I
Brown?
appreciate the
Cooper
love
kill
you
without
got with
Cooper, bro.
Devontae. I ain't
Like,
gonna hold you.
like Daryl said, right? Stafford make them. That system is designed for them little 7-yard. They like kind of like passing runs.
Hey,
They
bro,
just
you
them
still
old
have
Brady
to run
play
your
where you
route
get a
and
7
get
yards and go for
open.
whatever.
Yes.
No,
Let's be
you still
taking
need
niggas
to
over the
run your
top,
route.
jumping over two
You
dudes.
still-
It's
Puka
crazy.
did take somebody over the top a
Puka
couple
Nacua
times.
is doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, he is, bro.
He's
Anyway.
taking that shit deep.
Miss me with
yeah,
that
bro.
shit.
Nah, like
Miss me with
Devontae
that
had
shit.
2 games over 100 yards the whole last year, bro. And that's
Miss me
not
with
his
that shit,
man.
bro.
But I'm
Eagles
just
have
saying.
nobody else. All they gotta do is shadow on him.
Anyway, moving forward. I'm done with that game. Let's move forward. Speaking of the Eagles
Speaking of Eagles.
survived Friday night versus the. They survived Hurts many turnovers over here and beat the Packers in Brazil. What are your thoughts? I'll go to Toby first. What are your thoughts on that game, Toby?
Another game that I barely, got to see all of, but
International
That
Tell
boy.
people you ain't see the games, man.
Well,
Stop telling our
tell
audience you
Mike,
ain't see the
yeah,
games,
well,
bro.
I mean,
Stop telling our audience you ain't see the games, bro.
I mean, nah, just let them know where you was
Barely.
at. Though. They gonna
there's only
understand.
one full game that I watched, and we'll get to that later. But
They don't got
What's I
them
about to
type
say?
of games where he was at.
Hurts
Soccer.
Hurts didn't play great. He had those 2 bad turnovers. The Packers, in the beginning of that game, that felt like it was going to be a shootout. Like it was going back and forth, and it basically, was kind of like a shootout at the end of the day. Barkley played good, good debut game for him. Hurts had those 2 turnovers, but the Eagles were still able to overcome. Jordan Love played good. He impressed me. Somebody, I think Jeff said, MVP sleeper, before he got hurt. He played good. He's way better than I think last year. Towards the end, he got hot and he continued it into this game. So it was a good game. The Eagles secondary was getting ripped apart. I mean, their defense was getting ripped apart. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. They're going to win that division by default, but they probably are not Super Bowl contenders, especially if Hurts is playing the way he's playing. He's going to keep turning over the ball. They're going to be cooked because their defense gets cooked, and they won't always be able to get over those turnovers. But good game for them. I think the Packers are basically cooked too because their quarterback is done for like 2 months. I think, is it a month or 2? I'm not sure.
Yes.
But yeah, overall it was a good game. The Packers, shout out to Jordan Love. Hopefully he gets back healthy. But the Eagles, their defense needs some fixing. I mean, for the first game, Jordan Love to tear you guys up like that, it wasn't impressive. And Hurts needs to do better as well. He's still like on the decline, as a quarterback. He's not improved. He hasn't really improved since the year they went to the bowl. Last year he was bad. I mean, he wasn't great. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. He was average. And right now he's still looking like, average quarterback. So he needs to, get his head right, and if they really want to contend for a bowl, he needs to do better.
All right. Shout out to Toby not being a turncoat this year.
I just keep it real, man.
All right, Jeff, what's your thoughts on the game, man?
It was a good game. I mean, the Packers.
Watch what you
say,
say, Jeff.
Suspect, man. Packers defense is super suspect. I mean, they gave up 100 to Saquon. I mean, they let Hurts do what he did. I mean, he had 3 turnovers. I mean, again, look, the guy's been turning the ball over like a prostitute on prom night, bro. He just giving it up. Like since they went 10-1, he's been terrible with the ball. Like, matter of fact, listen, since the Super Bowl when he fumbled the joint that the Chiefs took to the house, he's been an atrocity with his ball protection. Like, bad. He got the coach on the hot seat. Let's be for real, right? And listen, that offense is set up with so much talent and so much success. I don't understand what he's doing. Like, he's trying to prove he's worth the money, and he doesn't have to. Just play your game, bro. And, that's going to be a problem for the Eagles. I don't have them getting to the chip. I mean, I had the Packers going to the chip against the Jets. Now I got to change that. I'm going with the Lions. The winner of the NFC North is going to the chip. Like, I'm just putting it straight out like that. Because the Packers they're in a bad place. Look, Jordan Love was 17 for 34 before he got injured, right? That's only 50%. It's not really great. I mean, they did play on a terrible field. They were in Brazil. It was totally different climax, different type of week. You travel, all that, so forth and so forth. So I do think the Packers are cooked for a while now. Malik Willis is not the answer. He's never been, so they better find out what's going on. Maybe Joe Flacco could come in there and play a few games for him, win a few games in the playoffs. You never know. As far as the Eagles go, They got out of there with the win. It was a good seeing them give Saquon the ball 24 times. He did get a touchdown. Remember, we had the Swift experiment where they would run Swift all the way down the field and then get the push tush to give it to Jalen Hurts so to score the 1-yard touchdowns. Hopefully, that isn't the same remedy going forward. That defense is really, really bad. Bad play, Slay. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, just go back to where you came from. Them dudes is trash. Like, they was getting shredded. Like, let's just call a spade, bro. Like, anytime that, who was the leading receivers pack for the Packers? What was his name? Reed. He had a catching touchdown and a running touchdown, so he was cooking y'all. Listen, Josh Jacobs ran for 84 yards, which is about 5 yards a carry. Reed had the 33-yard touchdown. If they don't clean that up, it's going to be a long season. This might be the first year that it might be a back-to-back division winner in the NFC East. It might be the Cowboys.
Wow.
We say records got to get broken, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Jeff with some good facts. I know we're gonna get some switch up now. Let me go to the Democrat.
Democrat.
I'm gonna start with the Packers. I was disappointed in what I saw from the Packers. I thought they would start this season with the momentum they had end of last year. To be honest, this game could have turned out just like how that Packers Cowboys game was last year. Like with those turnovers and the field position they got, they could have easily been up 28-0 by halftime. But they couldn't execute that to settle for field goals a lot of those times. It's unfortunate for the Jordan Love injury because I really think he needed to get through this game and improve to. I feel like I don't know. They got what's the name at backup quarterback now?
Willis.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
well,
that's going to be tough for them.
They didn't even put him on IR right now, so I don't know how long he's going to be out for.
I mean, well, we know he got like an MCL sprain. We know that's not good.
He could be back in 4 weeks, bro. So I don't know.
I don't think that'll work. I don't think that'd be it.
With who they got at quarterback, I don't have no faith in them pulling out the victory, especially what Jeff talked about with their defense. Like they needed a true playmaker at quarterback to be who I thought they were going to be. So it's going to be tough, but we're going to see how they pull through that. With the Eagles, Saquon, he really stuck out to me as far as like it felt like he feels rejuvenated. Like I kind of felt like he feels like he's on an all-star team, just like with the offensive line he has now compared to what he's been subjected to in New York. To just him getting to the second level I know it's kind of suspect defense, but he was cutting through that defense, getting through the second level. Explosion was there. I feel like he can be a band-aid for the turnovers, but it's really important the type of turnovers that's happening. Like for example, like that Warner punch out in that Niners Jets game when he punched the ball out of Brees. Not really you can do that. That's a good play from a good defensive player. But that Jalen Hurts first touched interception, middle of the field in triple coverage. I put it in the chat as soon as I saw that. Like that the dumb turnovers like that, there's no excuse for it. There's nothing that there's nothing that can cover those mistakes. So it was unfortunate seeing those mistakes still exist, but the Saquon Barkley element still has me kind of held out as far as like the judgment for them. I gotta see more. I gotta see better Eagles could face and better competition. And I'm still giving Jalen Hurts a chance. I know again for a couple of years we were talking about the turnovers and all that stuff, but I feel like he needs to lean on Saquon, cut out these dumb mistakes. Again, middle of the field, triple coverage, and you're like 7 to 8 ceiling. That shouldn't be happening. In that defense, it's kind of crazy how the rookie Mitchell already is their best corner. It's just like, what's the name? CJ, I thought he's going to come back and have an impact. He got cooked. Slay, I'm not sure. And then Cooper DeJean, I'm not sure if I didn't really see him on the field too much. So their secondary was their biggest issue. They got the rookie to kind of fill that void, but it's still a lot of holes in that secondary, and that can be had. But I feel like I need to see this team lean on Saquon, lean on that running game. The run game was good. It was there. It was. Again, like he had Josh Jacobs over 5 yards of carry, but I feel like they have potential to still be a contender. I'm not ruling out the Eagles just yet, but those dumb turnovers are kind of starting to push me to the dark side with Mike and Jeff.
Fun fact. In 48 games, Hurts got 42 turnovers.
Damn.
That's wild. 8th most in the league the last 3 years.
Just to suggest.
Yeah, look them touchdowns up too, nigga. Look at how many touchdowns he's look up.
You're giving out the
Look
team
how many
40,
touchdowns he
42
scored
more
in them 48
chances.
games. How many touchdowns he scored in them 48 games?
How many
We gotta take away the tush pushes though.
Right.
It ain't my turn. It ain't my turn.
I want to respond to Justin.
stop.
Shout out to Justin. Thank you for watching the show. Appreciate the
Word.
comment. He said can't judge the
Thanks,
Eagles
bro.
just yet. They have new coordinators on both sides of the ball. Well, Justin, they have new coordinators for the last 3 years on both sides of the ball. So when can we judge them? The new coordinators literally every single year.
Boy.
So they can never be judged? I'm just curious about that. So, anyway.
Wait, he got 63 touchdowns in the last 3 years.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
63 with 42
Oh,
turnovers?
That's not good.
Make it make sense.
Oh, okay.
That's not good. No, that's not good. It's 2-1.
Like, what's
Not
wrong
even
with
2
you?
to 1. And you don't know.
Nigga,
Yo,
20
Come on, bro.
20 plus touchdowns a year,
bro,
bro.
it's not even 2 to
That
1.
got
Niggas ain't
101
getting that.
touchdowns in 3
Niggas
years.
ain't getting that.
This must be the
Huh?
fucking
You
sickle
say you got
math system.
101?
It's not even 2 to 1, bro. What
Not
the
even
fuck?
2 to 1, bro.
You really gotta take out the tush pushes though. Like that's
If you take the tilt, but you probably down to like 50,
Negative.
55, 54. You getting close to 50.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
But no
Anyway,
other
Jordan,
team can execute. But no other quarterback can execute the tush push. But keep going.
You bring it
I'll
up
wait. It's not
anyway.
my turn.
No,
It's not
your
my turn.
Go ahead. No, it's your turn.
It's your world.
No, it's not my turn. Go ahead. You wasn't
It's
finished. I know
literally
you
your
wasn't.
turn.
Go ahead, Mike. Let him go last, Mike. Go ahead. Break him
All
down.
right. I'm going. Where do we go? You all said basically what I saw. You know, I mean, Hurts had a whole year last year of turning the ball over. He turned the ball over a lot, and even though they were had a great record, I kept talking about it. Eventually, they caught up to them. You know, over the time. I don't know what happened between the Super Bowl year and that year. I don't know. I do think he's not great. I think he's a great athlete who's not good at reading defenses, seeing the plays from the defense before it develops, and also the blitz be killing him all the time, stuff like that. So I think that's his problem, and that can come with coaching too. But I don't know how great Nick. I don't know what the Nick does, honestly. So that bothers me too. Also, Saquon, I agree. He did look rejuvenated, Darryl. But I don't know if you're going to lean on him for all those carries a game because he's prone to be injured. So if you want to keep him healthy down the line, like he don't really play full seasons that much. So I mean, will he play one this year? And if you're going to lean on him for the first 10 games to get 30 touches, it's going to be around for the last 6. So that's a I don't know. It's an issue to me. They spread the ball around good. I like the tight ends, like that. The defense, like you talked about. That at one point, Packers would just run up and down the field. Like, you know, they had a drive where they had like 8 straight runs or something like that. Like, I don't like that for them. I feel like that Slay been done for a while. Like, he's the name right now to me. Stuff like that.
No mask.
Right. He's just there. CJJC, like a lot of times when a dude leave and they come back, he's not the same dude no more. And I think that's what's happening to him. I think it was, I mean, that game could have really went either way. Packers were up most of the game. I think that, you know, I don't know how the season's going to go. As far as Packers are concerned, it depends on if they win a game or two without Love, how fast they bring them back. That's how I feel like. If they go down 0-3, they're going to sit them out for the rest of the year, I feel like, or, you know, for a long, long time. But if they like 3-1, they might be like, all right, we got a chance to make the playoffs. So I guess we're going to see what happens on that. Eagles, they should, because I don't think the Packers are good. Y'all liked them before the season started. But I told you they weren't that great. And you see, my Steelers showed you that. But they should beat up on the Falcons. It's not going to be their real test. We'll see them down the line. But I wasn't encouraged based off of last season that they get better this season. And also, I think Kelsey being the captain up front, calling out those blitzes for Hurts and helping with the pass defense. He's a Hall of Famer, probably with the best in his position all time. That's a big miss. You cannot replace Kelsey on that side of the ball. And I told him that too before the season started. So. And I don't know about Fangio yet, but that's you know, we'll see about that.
Yeah, he was available for a reason.
Yeah, he was there for 1 year with Miami. And Miami got a better defense now.
Way better.
Yeah, and Fangio, they didn't like the either. So I don't know. But Jordan, you up.
So, I mean, in all honesty, like as an Eagles fan, right? Like a diehard Eagles fan, like if I'm really comparing it to last year, and I don't want to, I'm going to always try to find the bright spots or encouragements, especially when they didn't play as well as they could have, and we still get a W. I thought it was week 1. As far as like Jalen Hurts, bro, with the turnovers, it's an issue, but it's dumb shit. And it's like even the first one when you said he threw it into the middle of the field, like he locked in, and like that defender was like that corner came off his
3
guy.
defenders ran to the ball.
Huh?
I said 3 of them ran to the ball as soon as he was locking it in.
Like it's crazy, and he's literally like, if I can see it before you throw the ball, I know you can see it. You feel me? But you're letting it go. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You feel me? That first one, I almost threw my water bottle into the TV.
Been doing that all season.
Relax.
Some TV insurance.
Because you've been doing that for the last 10 years.
Oh,
Calm down.
Let's stay focused on the Eagles game, please.
Calm down. But it's just like that's dumb shit that he can correct. That is something that he can correct. He always bounces back. That's what I do like about him. Is like he'll come back and always have a good drive, or always go make the throw for a touchdown. So like that's what I do like about him. He doesn't always sit in that. He'll come back and bounce back from it, but it has to stop. He has to figure it out. The defense, the rookie DB is definitely our best corner.
That's terrible.
He's our best cover corner. I wasn't that discouraged. The 2 touchdowns they scored, they were both on they were like the run that Reed had, missed tackles. Week 1, he went for 6. Good play, good run. The second one with Reed, I don't know what the fuck they were looking at. Broken play, misses tackle, goes for 1, got it. I was encouraged. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought in the first half, especially in the first quarter, they were holding us down a little bit. Like I said, he threw that first pick. They had good field position. The Eagles shut that shit down. Made them motherfuckers kick field goals. So, like, I'm not as – like, I get what y'all saying because the numbers and the big plays that they had. And I thought, actually, the way our defense played, I thought Jordan Love did play well. I thought we was on his ass, and I thought he made some great plays, stepping up in the pocket, getting out of there, and throwing the ball. I don't know how y'all felt about that, but
I think for Hurts, it's a trend. That's what bothers me about it, honestly. And it ain't like it's just this season. I mean,
consistent behavior.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know how good. Like he don't really fuck with Nick. So
yeah, I mean we can mask that by throwing the ball, by running the ball. But even in that scenario, like you see where we were backed up, why are you having them drop back? Run the ball. We have Saquon Barkley. Like to me, huh?
Go ahead. No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
No, like my after the Super Bowl year, in all honesty, the way that they call games is nothing like that. He was not dropping back on first down, loading up to throw the ball. Like, he was not doing that. That is not his game. He can throw the ball. He's accurate, and he can throw the ball downfield.
He's not accurate.
But you want to throw the ball first down, second down, third down.
Why are you saying that?
He's not fucking Tom Brady.
They making him play for the money.
So
That's why I said that before. Like, they making him play up to the contract. It doesn't suit him well. Like, the read option is do we even see that anymore? Do they even do that?
I haven't seen. I mean, they're probably. I mean, they did it more than I thought. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with what I'm saying? Like,
nah, he's not accurate. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think
with the play call, is that Kellen Moore?
He's got elite receivers.
He's an accurate quarter. I think he's an accurate quarterback.
He's not. He throws into multiple coverages too many times. If
that's
you
making him
the
a
triple
mistake.
coverage,
That doesn't make him not accurate. That makes him that's him making a mistake. That doesn't mean he's not an accurate quarterback though.
I don't think he throws them open. I think they get open.
Thank you. That's kind of what I'm saying. He got big shot, big play. They go.
But just like you just said, Daryl, is that Kellen Moore? But like I don't know, because even last year, I remember drives literally from our Super Bowl when we went to the Super Bowl, where they ran the ball first down, second down, third down, first down, second down, third down, first down, second down, third down, like literally. And then he throws play action, boom. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he is not about to drop back and throw the ball 35 times and complete the ball at a
Making that money, they're gonna run the
60
ball.
Yeah, when you pay your
65,
quarterback and two of your
like
receivers,
70% clip. He's not that type
Bro.
of player, though. You feel what I'm saying?
$50 million is a lot of money.
Lamar Jackson got paid, got 2 MVPs, and he's not that type of player. So, you feel what I'm saying?
They just ran Henry 13 times this week.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
but no, and I get that, but I think it's more so that than it is really him. But that is something that he can control, and I think he will get it under control. I think that first one, that was definitely on him. That second one was a fluke play, is what it is. It was a bad throw for sure. I don't know what the fuck he was looking at,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure what he's seeing. But I think it could be corrected. But I think the way that they call the game has to be more run dominant. You're passing to run. You should be running to pass. In the Super Bowl, they were running to pass. You're trying to pass it on first. You want to pass it on first down, run it on second down, and then now you're in third and fucking 6, and you got to pass it. Unless
Hold
you
on.
want to fucking.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end on this, right?
Please,
I don't trust no dude who lost his job in college. Next segment.
right,
I don't trust nobody that lost his job in
Move
college.
on. Eagles all night, and Jordan has the violins out. Let's go to the Chiefs and the Ravens. Thursday night football, opening day. You know, we're all psyched up to be back, you know, watching football. But we got the same result as we got from the Chiefs and the Ravens last year. Chiefs beat the Ravens in a close game, and the Ravens failed to make the play to kind of, you know, catch up and end the game. Lamar did play well, but the Ravens still lose. What do you think about the game? Let me start with you, Daryl. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna start with the Chiefs. First thing that stuck out to me was Travis Kelce was quiet, and that's scary. Like, it kind of like speaks to the point where this is like the year that Mahomes had the most weapons at his disposal. Like, Worthy, that I told y'all, he's gonna bring back that Tyreek Hill element. Rice is still the number one option. Pacheco, to me, he's a top 10 running back. Like, he has like that Russell Westbrook approach to the game. Like, every time he touches the ball, going 1,000%. Catches out the backfield too. And still they missing
Jersey.
True. And they're still missing Hollywood too. So with Kelce being as quiet as he was, and you know the Mahomes Kelce, they can turn it on at any point. But him just playing the back role and these other weapons, developing a connection with Mahomes over the season, that's going to be scary come playoff time. The defense also looked better than I thought without Snead. They kind of started to let things slip late in the game, but for the most part, they held their ground. Chris Jones definitely was wrecking the game at some points in the game as well. And secondary played better than I thought they would without Snead. The Ravens, same problems as always. Same problems with Lamar. Can't make the right throws in the clutch times. Just missed 2. Well, kind of you can count the third one as well. Just bad ball placement, having him trail out of bounds. But just 3 bad throws. The first throw to Likely on the left corner, overthrew that, misses Zay Flowers wide open, and then again Likely couldn't get his foot in that third one. So same problems with Lamar. Same problems with the play calling. Went away from Derrick Henry. I never thought that the Baltimore Ravens, like a run-first team, signing Derrick Henry in the offseason, especially that first drive, how that first drive went and how successful they was just to go away from the running game, just like they did in the playoffs against the Chiefs last year. So same problems I'm seeing. Also same problems with the wide receiver options. I like Zay Flowers, but I feel like he's just too frail to be a number one option. Their backup tight end being their best receiving threat is a problem to me. Just a combination of Lamar not making the throws when he needs to and not having like a dynamic, true number one receiver that can make things easier for him. Because that they've had that problem since they had got Lamar. So I don't see them getting over the hump because again they try to make these changes over the off season and they still have these same problems that come up. So I thought they were going to kind of turn things around as far as not go away from what kind of works for them the most, but I don't know if it's just the Chiefs, like just like playing up against them, they kind of get out their way. But it's just kind of confusing how they just get away from what their strengths are. But for the Chiefs, the biggest thing that stuck out to me is just their weapons, like the weapons with minus Kelsey, that those connections and relationships are going to develop over the year, and the offense is going to be crazy come playoff time.
Jeff?
Listen, when it comes to the Rasheed Rice thing, just in case, you know, listen, man.
He got his kid's school notebook right on live.
Hey, I got my notes. Now, listen, man. Pat Mahomes, he owns the Baltimore Ravens. In the last 5 games, off regular season games, he's averaging 354 yards on 71% completion, 2.5 touchdowns, and a half an interception. I mean, he's like at 116 passer rating, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He just dominates the Ravens. Little brother can't beat big brother. John Harbaugh can't beat Andy Reid. He used to be on the staff. He just can't beat him. It's just not going to work. Lamar, like Daryl said, they went away from Henry, but this is another quarterback that so much money in the franchise is invested in. They have to basically make him earn that check. He ran 122 yards on like 14 carries, which is crazy and crazy good. But like I've spoken about on previous occasions, can he make that pass that matters when it matters? And he can't. He's obviously a highly inaccurate quarterback. And I say that because we've seen him throw balls in the dirt. We've seen him overthrow players just over the years. He just hasn't improved in his accuracy. It hasn't gotten any better at this point. Yeah, you can hit guys that are open probably in most cases. And sometimes he even still overthrows guys that are open. But I just don't think Lamar is a pure passer. And the way that team is set up, they're not going to win anything. His instinct is to run. And any quarterback who has an instinct to run is always going to be a detriment to his team because when it's time to make a pure passing play, they think they have to run. So I don't think that's going to build anywhere for them. The Kansas City Chiefs look phenomenal. The fact that they didn't even hold anything back from the preseason. They started showing us their whole hand from the gate. They like, look, we're going to show y'all everything we're going to do. Stop it. Do whatever you got to do. Once they get Marquise Brown back, that's another receiver that can take the top over. You know, you're going to have them with Kelsey. You got Juju as a chain mover. I'm just saying they just look potent right now, like extremely potent on all phases. Chris Jones is a game record. That's why he got the money he got. That's why they had to let Snead go because they had to pay Chris Jones because you don't have many defensive tackles of that caliber in the NFL. He's probably the best defensive tackle in the NFL at this point. McDuffie held his own, and like Daryl said, there's no real dominant wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. And I think they maybe should have inquired about that instead of trying to inquire about Derrick Henry because they've many a times had that run first philosophy where they're just going to run the ball. It just doesn't work. They haven't gotten to the chip yet, and Lamar's been there for how many years now? 5. Like he's got his 2 MVPs, but this is a team sport. And that run first philosophy in a pass first NFL doesn't work. The defensive is gotten worse. McQueen leaving, going to Pittsburgh was a huge loss. I don't understand how they even let that man get out the door. You give that man his money because when you pair him with Roquan Smith, like that's a dominant linebacker core. I just don't understand where they're coming from, what they're trying to do. Marlon Humphrey's been a sandbox player for many years. He's getting just trashed all the time. They haven't adjusted defensive backfield. And again, like I said, John Harbaugh just can't beat Andy Reid. Andy Reid is probably one of the greatest coaches ever in the history of the NFL.
Toby, let me get you before you go to sleep over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick with this one. Watch some of the game. Similar to what the Ravens, they go away from the run. I don't know what's up with that. Derrick Henry only 13 carries or 14. They did something similar last year. I feel like they try to make Lamar Jackson, beat Patrick Mahomes a certain way. That's what they want to do. They want to beat him a certain way, so they go away from the run and they try to beat him with the pass. And it hasn't been working. I seen that play at the end when he missed Zay Flowers at the end. I don't know who he was trying to throw to, but at the end of the day, he missed. He's not the most accurate quarterback, like Jeff said. Just like Hurts, they're not the most accurate. They need to start playing their game. Start playing the game. Stop trying to prove everybody you're an elite passer. You're not. We've seen what you've done. You won MVPs, not being an elite passer. You've been a good passer and a great runner. So, do that. They should be trying to beat them the Baltimore Ravens way. And the Chiefs. like the more I think about the Chiefs, the more I think like the only team that could really beat them is the Steelers because you have to have the defense. You have to have the defense. They have too many weapons. They
This
didn't
year,
even have
Steelers?
Mark. Yes, because we have the defense. You're not listening. Our defense is in rare form. There's not a lot of teams that have our defense, and they have too many weapons. And they don't even have Marquise Brown back yet. Like when y'all said his name, I was like shocked. I was like, I even forgot he was there. Travis Kelce was even quiet. Isaiah Pacheco he's a tough running back. He runs hard. So you have to have the defense. The Ravens, they try to beat them in the same way. It's not working. And I feel like that, you keep losing to the same team. It's like now every time you get in these close games, these close situations, the team they get tight. Lamar, his hands get sweaty. That's why he missed that pass. He's thinking too much now. He's doing too much. So it's like, the Ravens, they wasn't going to win that division anyway. Little brothers to the Chiefs. Again, don't worry, Ravens. We'll handle them, in the big game. That's all I got to say.
Jordan, you up, bro?
I mean, the Ravens definitely lost like key players at key positions for them at linebacker, the offensive line, secondary. Zay Flowers looked like he's about to take that leap to be a number one receiver, though, and likely is nice. Lamar missed those 2 throws. We know. I mean, it sucks. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him win a Super Bowl. I want to see him make those type of plays, but he hasn't gotten it done. So until he does it, we'll be saying the same shit about him. But he's still an MVP. He's still a top 5 QB. But he's going against Michael Jordan. So if he's Mike, then what is he? Charles Barkley? That ain't that bad. But that ain't bad. You feel me? So I mean, the Chiefs, they got better defense. Little iffy in the secondary, but they'll probably be all right. Patrick Mahomes just does what he does. This is the best group of wide receivers.
Yeah, I wanted to say that when Jeff tried to put his little guru thing up, we told him this was the best group, better than Tyreek Hill was there.
Yeah, because you got the number one receiver, Rasheed Rice.
Well, they arguably could have 2 number ones.
No, they
in
can't.
The next year or 2. Worthy can be a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, you gotta develop more. Like I realize right now he's like just a deep threat. In my opinion.
No. Rice gonna be suspended next year, so you have to be.
You think they're gonna do it next
year? Ew, too.
He is. I'm telling you, he playing this year. Like the Chiefs gotta win this shit. He'll be suspended next year.
Are you talking about Rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get him next year.
And then and then they didn't even bring name a wide receiver from any of those teams that Tyreek Hill was on that was better than Hollywood Brown. And I can guarantee you cannot name me one.
I agree.
And I know all of you will agree.
I agree, 100%.
I can't really
not much more for me to say. I think y'all kind of broke it down all the way through. I think Harbaugh got to do a better job, get Henry the ball more, take some pressure off Lamar, I would say, especially with the some of the deficiencies that they got in the offensive line. The Chiefs are a well-oiled machine at this point. They got 3 Super Bowls. Andy and Patrick, they know each other. It's just like it's tough. And to Daryl's point, with Kelce is good because Kelce is now just like my go-to guy on third downs.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I know gonna get me to make the big play, get the touchdown, third down. He ain't got to wear himself out. Kelce old, you know what I mean? So this is actually good for Kelce. Don't have to do so much work, and he also always gonna be a good blocker in a run game. So I think Chiefs gonna have like last year they stumbled, and I went against them last year. I ain't gonna forget that. But this year they're gonna have a dominant season like the Chiefs. Like we're gonna really see what they're gonna do. But Ravens gonna be right there too, bro. So I don't. It's gonna be a good season. Moving forward though, let's talk about that still current defense that Toby was talking about over there.
Are you gonna skip the Raiders?
Come on, bro. Stop with that, all that, bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My fault.
Come on, Democrat girl. Come on, man.
I'm just saying we gotta show your team love too. I mean,
We do, man. Another
Hey.
hardball. Good segue. Good job, Democrat. Another hardball. Hardball wins his debut is the tagline coming out of college. But truth is, they beat up on the bum-ass Raiders once again. So, Jordan, I'll start with you this time. What's your thoughts on the Raiders and Chargers, bro?
I mean, I don't even know why this was even a topic.
It's for Jeff, man. But go ahead.
All right. Like, I mean, the Raiders have a decent defense. I mean, if they had and they have weapons. I mean, they're like the majority of these teams in the league. They either got talent, no QB. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as much as a good defense can carry you and shit, but it can't in this league. So until y'all really get a quarterback, it's really curtains for y'all. And y'all got one of the generation's best wide receivers of all time wasting. And he knows it, and he's keeping it solid. He'll ruin.
Yeah, he'll ruin.
Because he knows it's cooked. If you watch fucking Receivers on Netflix, you know he knows this shit is cooked, but that's a real ass nigga, yo. Because he kept it a buck and he was like solid. He's staying with them and shit. So you should be real appreciative.
Let me ask you this before I move around, because we see Harbaugh with the Chargers now. Now, we used to see like Herbert getting 300 yards a game, 5,000 yard seasons. Now he only got like 170 yards. You think Harbaugh doing something different, or is Herbert?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely Harbaugh's MO. Like, if you watched college, he was at Michigan. Michigan had a game last year against Penn State where they didn't throw the ball.
Right.
They ran the ball the entire game.
Right.
So, and
do you think that that's better for Herbert, who can sling the ball?
I mean, it's always better for a quarterback. I love J.K. Dobbins. He was a beast at Ohio State. The only thing that stopped him was injuries. Outside of injuries, he's going to show the NFL who he really is, because he did introduce y'all to. He did introduce himself to y'all defense a little bit. Like, y'all had some missed tackles and shit, you feel me? But he got busy. So, he's a nice pickup. But, I mean, like, is it going to get it done when it really matters? You know what I mean? They don't have – I don't know if they have the weapons outside for that to – they're going to have to get some more weapons for him for them to be a contender.
Right.
Like, you feel me? So,
but they should be second in the division. I still
Stop. Said that last year.
I mean,
it's all good.
It was a close game. Y'all just couldn't score. Y'all couldn't score.
Let me score. Talk about the Raiders. Go ahead, Toby.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. This is what I'm gonna say about it. John, was it Jim or John? John Harbaugh, it's his first game back in the league. And he got a W against the Raiders. Justin Herbert, not going to go too hard on him. He's coming off the injury. He's not 100%. Sure. I don't even know who their wide receivers are besides, I think, Josh Palmer. I know that the other quarterback name is Gardner Minshew. Okay? He's not better than Justin Herbert. The Raiders are not finishing second in this division. The Chargers are. I didn't need to watch the game. We're talking about this for Jeff. But, like, we know what's going to happen with the Raiders. They're going to play tough games, but they're going to lose. And, like I said, the quarterback is Gardner Minshew. Listen, Gardner Minshew is not taking you anywhere. And Jeff already turned on the coach, because I swore last year he was talking about this coach is good, blah, blah, blah. He towards the end of the season. Now I'm hearing –
would you show me?
Now I'm hearing that he's not good. And what is he doing out here? It's the Raiders. John Harbaugh is a better coach than him. Therefore, the better coach and the better quarterback, that's how they're going to finish second. And Devontae Adams, he's a requested trade. They're talking about this. He a real nigga. Nah, come win a bowl with the Steelers. We need another receiver. We'll trade for you.
You
We'll get
didn't
you
even
out of
want to
that
come
hell.
in. So
We'll
what you
get you out of
talking
that
about?
hell. With Gardner Minshew throwing you the ball. Are you kidding me?
He
All
ain't,
right, that's all I
I'm
gotta say
sorry,
about
but
that.
he ain't going to Pittsburgh if he
Down,
He
goes
ain't going
there.
there.
He ain't
Ayuk
going
didn't
to
want to come
Pittsburgh,
there.
bro. I got to say.
Ayuk did want to
another
come to the
overrated.
trade.
No, he
was
didn't.
good. Yes, he did.
Ayuk was the one that told them he wanted to stay in San Fran.
He wanted the bread. That was the most bread
Check
he
with
could
Jay
get.
Glazer. Read the
I
Jay
will.
Glazer report. Ayuk was the one that said, "I'ma stay. I don't want to go," and they stopped the whole trade and
For
was
the
like, "Yo, you
money,
gonna?"
anyway.
He signed the same deal they was offering the whole time.
Daryl, you up, man? Talk about this game, please.
I'm gonna start with the Chargers. I feel like Jim Harbaugh again just laying the foundation everywhere he goes. Like he gets that the culture just laid and the team buys in. That was like apparent just week one. Defense made plays. I like the bull lad McConkey. Like he reminds me of Cooper Cup. I'm not going to say he is the next Cooper Cup, but just how he approaches the game, that route running, I feel like he's going to end up being Herbert's number one option receiving wise. And I kind of expected the offense to be slow because they really got rid of all of their offensive weapons in the offseason. So they kind of wiping the slate clean, start building up from scratch. So, but I like that it's the culture and the foundation being laid by Harbaugh yet again. Because the Raiders, I mean, I said it draft night, they're going to regret not doing everything possible to get a quarterback this draft. Like, it just delays the build to be a contender. So I don't think they're not going to turn things around until they get the quarterback. And I feel like, yeah, just looking back, yeah, Devontae. I mean, I understand like the timing back then with not knowing what Rodgers was going to do, wanting to go closer to home, play with a high school teammate and Carr, but just what happened since then, I do feel like he regrets kind of making that decision. I feel like during at the time, like a better option like the Chiefs, Ravens, they needed a receiver that could have boosted his like the career trajectory wise. But again, no quarterback, you're not going to win in this league. So I really feel like once I saw the Falcons trade up to get Penix, that was just a shot right into the chest of the Raiders because I really thought AP and was looking to draft him, and but kind of this again not getting the quarterback is going to delay their progress until next year hopefully.
Jeff,
Quarterback one, right? 17 for 34, 260 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Quarterback two, 25 for 33, 257 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Which quarterback do you think is Gardner Minshew?
The one that lost.
All right. 25 for 33, 257 in the tutty. Like, our only problem is we fumbled the ball twice. He had a fumble
who's the
and
other one?
Jordan Love.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we fumbled the ball twice. Minshew fumbled it, and what's the name fumbled it. We only lost by 12, but remember that last touchdown was kind of put us over the top. And then, of course, the coach on 4th and 1 we're marching down the field on the other side of the 50. Why wouldn't we go for it? We punted the ball. Like, that's wild crazy. We on the other side of the 50, bro. Go for the one. You got a star receiver. Just give him one quick lob, one little fade out, throw him the ball, call it a day. Now, look, the Chargers, they ran the ball really well because J.K. Dobbins was 10 for 135. But remember, he had a 61-yard touchdown. So you bring that back, he kind of comes back to a little bit more down to earth. The rest of the runners, the rest of the rushing team was trash. Like, they was, like, really, really low, like 9 for 35. And then you had 2 small rushes from 2 other players. So again, we really lost that game. They didn't win it. We gave it to them with our turnovers, and that's a big deal because you had Gardner Minshew with the fumble and the interception, and you had Zaire White with the fumble. That both of our fumbles were returned or recovered by the Chargers. So let's not get carried away here. I do think we can get better as the season goes on, but I mean, again, the Chargers didn't look that great. The Broncos definitely didn't look that great. The only team that looked that great were the Chiefs, and look at it, really, we could be in the same position we were last year. The defense, like Jordan said, played really well. Say that again.
Which was out of the playoffs, though.
Yeah, we was second in division, though. You know what I'm saying? But by the divisional round, y'all was home watching it with us. Don't worry. So it didn't matter, and the Steelers were too. So what I'm saying is this: like, we not far fetched. Again, we got a really tough schedule. I mean, we probably got one of the top 10 toughest schedules in the league. And I think it'll grow as time goes on. We're not asking Gardner Minshew to go crazy, but the start of the season isn't bad. You know, you miss on what? 8 passes, 250 yards, a touchdown. The fumble, the turnovers is what killed him. We did have 4 sacks, you know, which was another problem because that means he's holding the ball too long. But again, it's not going to be that bad. I think we might get right this week against the Ravens. Don't even get it. I might be at the game actually because I saw some tickets for $175, so don't be shocked.
Bro, Gardner Minshew is who he thought we were. He is trash, bro.
Do the
Like,
numbers lie?
He had a decent week, but he still caught the L. He had 4
Man.
sacks, had an interception,
And a fumble.
you know, and
Look
a
at
fumble.
turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, bro, I do feel bad for Devontae, bro. He just in Vegas having a good time. Okay, nothing else he can do down there. He ain't winning no games. AP should be more of a DC linebacker coach. DC,
Right.
He's not a head coach to me, bro.
Right.
He's a good motivator. He rah, but I just don't think like in game decisions is not where he's at. It might take him time. He should have been a DC for a little bit longer, maybe. I mean, I know the players wanted him last year, but maybe but I just don't think he should have been the head coach.
Do you recall me saying last year that he wasn't the guy? Do y'all recall me saying that?
Nah.
I don't recall.
All right, I'll show the tape when don't in the production meeting. I'll definitely send the tape off. Don't worry.
I think you were all for him last year.
Cap, I've been with saying I don't think he's it. We should have went that direction. Been saying that.
Harbaugh gonna do what he do. He gonna make them better every single week, bro. They will end up second. You can book that. And he's good for Herbert, and they do need weapons, like Jordan said, but. We can move on. Like I said, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the Steelers, man. We all waiting for. We all came to talk about the Steelers. So Steelers won again, showing that dominant Steel Curtain defense that we're known for. And we were an underdog. I want to say we were the underdog in that game, 4.5-point dogs, and we won the game outright. So, Toby, go ahead. What's your thoughts on that game, bro?
I watched the game.
Keep it real, Toby.
I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, I watched it from beginning to end. And it was basically a carbon copy of many Steelers games from years before. We play. We're not scoring our touchdowns. We're driving down the field. We're having our Chris Boswell kicker. He's kicking the field goals. We have a great defense. The last few years, I remember our defense took a dip. Like if you guys remember, the last few years we've been good, but before that we took a dip. But we're getting back there because we're getting like good safeties. The corner T.J. Watt still doing his things. So we're forcing, Kirk Cousins to make some bad passes. He's coming off his injuries. He had like a couple turnovers too. So our defense played great. We got the W, so I'm never going to be mad at the W. But when it comes down to the performance, I was not impressed. There was really nothing for me to be impressed about because we should have scored more touchdowns. We should have blew them out the water with how dominant our defense was. And that was concerning for me. I want to have more confidence in our offense. I don't have more confidence in our offense right now than we did last year. I think they said something about, we have last year we always had 3 and outs. In this game, there's one game we didn't have all those 3 and outs, but guess what? We still didn't score a touchdown. All those 3 and outs, and we were just kicking field goals. So going forward, I need to see more from Fields if he's going to be the quarterback for the team. I need to see some touchdown drives next week. We can't keep winning this way. You're not going to win a Super Bowl by kicking field goals. It's not going to happen. You have to. When we go against Patrick Mahomes, we're going to have to score touchdowns. I don't care how great our defense is. That's how I think. And the Falcons, I don't look at them as a contender. So we beat them, comfortably. I think, if we scored touchdown, it would have been like 20-something, damn near 30-10. But Field, he played a safe game. No turnovers. He ran. He was dynamic. I like the different dimension he brings of, running the ball, being that threat. But we need to score touchdowns, If you're not going to have all them, we need to score touchdowns. I need to see touchdowns. So good game overall for us. We got the W. But against Denver, we have to score touchdowns. I don't want to win 10-6, 12-6 off all field goals. So good W at the end of the day. I'll take it.
Jordan, why don't you go, Jordan?
So, I mean, the defense is always going to do what they're going to do. You feel me? But I figured as a Steelers fan, not me, but you folks,
you all
were you feel me, encouraged to actually see some downfield passes. You feel me? And some big plays. Yeah, they couldn't capitalize this week 1, but that's a good sign because that's what they didn't have. So I would go into the next game. Okay, Denver. Let's see. You feel me? Can we throw up 30, 20? Get 3 tuds. Can we get 4? Then you like, oh, okay. Which I think they can do. I think they week 2, another week. He knows he's going in as a starter. You feel me? I root for Justin Fields. I don't root for the Steelers, but you feel me? It would be nice to see him be successful because I don't like the hate that he's gotten, and particular in regards to individuals associated to Beyond the Trenches. The Justin Fields slander was crazy, and now this guy is a phenom.
Flip flop.
So you feel me? He was a running back last year to this guy. Now
You got
Still
a
a
new
running back
coach.
right now.
You're on a new team. We're forgetting this part and whatnot. But anyway, speaking of hate, let's bring in Jeff to talk about the Steelers game against Falcons.
Listen, man, like Toby said, this was an unimpressive win. Highly unimpressive, man. What are we talking about here? 6 field goals? Like, are y'all kidding me, man?
Talking about
Like,
win.
come on,
A
bro.
win.
Listen, man, listen. You're right. A win is a win, but come on, man. It was booty, bro. Like, stop playing with me, bro. 0 offensive touchdowns from this team. Listen, Justin Fields is just not ready. And listen, I said this in the offseason. If Russell Wilson was going to be the guy, they shouldn't have brought Justin Fields in because that messed with Russell Wilson's psyche. Look, now they're saying he's just hurt, but he's not playing. He isn't injured. So, and I think Mike Tomlin in the post conference kind of sent a shot his way. Like, look, we're going to focus on the guys that's here because, you know, if you hurt, you can play. If you injured, you can't play, which is different. And he's not injured. He's hurt. Justin Fields, he's just not ready. The Chicago Bears abandoned the Justin Fields project intentionally because they knew he wasn't that guy. They gave him all the weapons. He had DJ Moore. He had Komet. He had running backs. He had everything you could need to succeed in the NFL as a young quarterback. Didn't get it done. Like, he just really didn't get it done.
About to let you say that shit.
He wasn't good enough. And listen, all right, let me go. Let me go. This is my moment right here. Let me go, right? So, and then on top of that, right?
Go ahead.
It didn't really help this Falcons that they were highly predictable, right? 96% of their plays were from shotgun or the pistol. 0% of those plays were from shotgun, and they ran the ball. They ran the ball 0 times from shotgun. 81% of their plays from the pistol, they basically ran the ball. So anytime they were in pistol, they knew they were running the ball. Anytime they were in shotgun, they knew they were throwing the ball. So it wasn't anything like unpredictability or some sort of disguise. It was obvious. They were letting y'all know what was going on. Listen, Kirk Cousins has just come off an Achilles injury as well, so he can't really drop back. He's actually one of the better play-action quarterbacks in the NFL. He's thrived off that.
They were still favored to win with knowing about the studies of history. They knew all that.
Are we talking about the
They were
better
still
tier?
favored.
Come on, man. Are we really gonna say favored and not like let's see what we talk about what we see on the tape, man. Like for real. Kirk Cousins is one of the
You talking about after the game, but before the game on ESPN channel they picked Falcons to beat the Steelers based off the preseason.
And
Because
honestly,
it's
let's
all
be for
season.
real. They probably should have beat y'all. It was
No,
10
they
to
can't
18,
beat us.
bro. It was 10 to
Go
18.
ahead, go ahead,
Let's
go ahead.
stop it, man. Like again, like I said, the Falcons were very predictable in their offense. They didn't run any under the center plays. Their run game was non-existent. So they were just one-dimensional. It was Kirk Cousins out of the shotgun throwing, or Kirk Cousins out of the pistol handing the ball off to Bijan Robinson. Anybody's going to catch wind to that, obviously. And listen, Arthur Smith's already seen that offense. He know what it looks like. He know what the players look like. That offense should be suited better as time goes on when Kirk Cousins starts to get back to 100% from his injury. At that time, he'll be able to come from under the center, run a play action like he's done so well in Minnesota. He's had great receivers, but he's also had pretty okay running backs, and he still works best. And I think, and when I was looking at the stats, he's top 5 out of play action in the NFL since 2019. So that tells me like that's something he thrives on. The Steelers, listen, man, this is it. This is it for the winning season. Y'all might be 9-9 or 9-8. If you want to take that and celebrate with some champagne with that, have at it. But by the divisional round, the couch will be warm for y'all. Don't worry. Like, it'll be nice and warm for y'all to just come on board because obviously this is going to be a catastrophe. This is really going to be a bad
catastrophe.
It's gonna be a catastrophe, bro. First of all, it is. If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. Let's be for real, dog. Like You ain't got no one guy to rely on. Najee Harris has really just seemed not it. Jalen Warren has the hamstring injury, so we don't know how he's going to play. And it's only a matter of time before George Pickens starts to act like the diva he is. I mean, we already had issues with him last year. It's inevitable that the offense is going to be imploding, and the defense isn't going to be able to carry this team to any sort of championship aspirations. I mean, we got to really swallow the red pill and not the blue one here. Let's be for real. So, again, yeah, good win week 1, 6 field goals. I guess you guys will take that as the consolation prize. Go ahead and run with that one this week. But Denver, remember how everybody was praising Bo Nix and the Broncos? We'll see how that turns out. Like, we'll see how that works out, and we'll tune in next week on this one.
Yo, with all that hate, man, Daryl, please come in here and give some levity to this conversation.
All right. I'm gonna start with the most important thing. TJ Watt is the most dominant player in the NFL and has been for the last few years. This past game was just another example of that. Y'all talk about the Falcons could have won. No, if the refs wasn't holding TJ Watt, the Falcons would have never scored because he had a perfect time jump off the line for a strip sack. They called it back. Next play, the Falcons scored a touchdown. So take that out. TJ Watt dominated. Falcons never had a chance. So now on to Fields. I watched this game. Like y'all. I mean, I understand the no touchdowns. Y'all make it seem like he's just sitting in the pocket, scared out of his mind, just not knowing what to do. Like that's just not the case. Like the no turnovers. I know we talked about turnovers a lot in this show. The no turnovers is a good thing. And what I saw, like he can basically get a first down at any point with his legs. That threat is key to have. Like that's going to keep people in the box. That's going to keep developing that relationship with George Pickens. This last year, DJ Moore, he had the best year of his career and got paid because Justin Fields is his quarterback. Like with that relationship with George Pickens, that's going to keep growing over the year. Everybody's going to get better. At first, I wanted Russ to start the season because I felt like that was just the safest and smartest move. But now that Fields had the keys, I don't see a reason to take it away. We got to see what he can do, because I mean, just looking at reality, looking at both quarterbacks and age, if there's any future with either one of them, it's more like with Justin Fields, and more like we're going to pay Justin Fields. Like if both of them have great years, the future is with Justin Fields. It's because of his age and where he is with his career. So I feel like it's just important to see what he is with this offense, with this coordinator, with the defense playing behind him. Again, I know he needs to improve. He needs to finish drives. I'm just accustomed to what I've seen over the last few years. Again, those 3 and outs is consistent. There's no hope of ever getting a first down. We was moving the ball. Like we was running the ball, deep shots down the field, things that I forgot was even possible for offense. So
that's crazy.
I like what I saw. But they do need to improve. But again, he did what he needed to do to win, which is most important. I feel like this is a step in the right direction. Again, I didn't see anything that's going to make me write him off or write our team off. I did like what I saw, but again, there's still room to improve like every other team. But yeah, I mean, the Falcons, I thought they was going to come out better. I mean, we held Bijan to 68 yards. Drake London, everybody was hype about him. Joey Porter Jr. shut all that stuff down. So defense is going to be there, and I feel like the offense is going to keep getting better week by week.
Man, I think you guys, Toby and Daryl, said a lot. That was great. I think Jeff was
speaking facts.
Though a lot of hating over there, but it's okay what he does. First of all, what's important about me? We got Fields for a 6th round pick, bro. If we got it for a 6th round pick, I mean he was trash. He was trash in Chicago. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
nice.
Now he'll get better coaching, better team, better organization. He'll see some trophies when he walks through walk in the stadium, about 6 of them things. So he'll feel a lot better and whatnot.
None.
Russ, speaking of trophies, we got a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna play Fields. But if we need Russ, we still got him, to come in. I like the fact I said let Fields grow with Pickens. They both young. They can grow together. I think that he did.
He just said he was trash.
I said he was trash last year. What I say? Right.
Man, Russ is trash.
The hypocrisy on this show is crazy.
It's
crazy. They can see these production me in chat. It's like, yo.
Sure.
Nah, there's nothing that
Throw touchdown
I mean,
passes. Throw
there's
touchdown
nothing
passes.
that
Yes, Russell Wilson throws
Russell
touchdown
Wilson does better
throw touchdown passes.
Yeah,
than Justin Fields. Okay.
Throw touchdown passes.
Yeah.
He's a better.
Yeah.
He throws better touchdown passes than
Yeah.
Fields runs them in.
All right.
Well, I'll take him, Toby, to see him grow right now. You know, but if Russ comes back in, I'm not mad either. I think we win it either way. You know, with the defense,
He'll get his chance.
No.
He's gonna get his
Cut
chance,
Russ.
bro.
Cut
the defense
Russ.
is going to beat cut Russ. Oh my God, the defense is going to be stout regardless. Probably the best in the NFL, if not definitely top 2 or top 3. We're not going to be 8-9 team, Jeff. We're gonna win about 11 games or maybe more, stuff like that. We don't have losing seasons anyway. We already know this. So, but the point is, how many wins is it gonna have? And I just feel
9-8.
like it was a
Not
good
knowing.
start.
Not 9-8. Not y'all.
It
Not
was a good
knowing.
start to the season. You know, we beat a team that we was underdogs against, and I feel like that. You know, even though we didn't score touchdowns, we still won by more than a touchdown. So I feel like that we did what we were supposed to do. So we're not here all night. I'm gonna skip over the Texas and Jags game because we're week 1 anyway, and I'm gonna go straight to the locks of the week. And I don't want to go on this show too long. So Daryl, you got any picks for us? The locks of the week for Jordan.
I don't like this lock of the week. My lock of the week: Eagles -6.5 Monday night against the Falcons. Kind of based on the conversation we just had. You know, the Steelers, mediocre team, can't score touchdowns. If the Eagles can't win by more than 7 points, just like what we did against the Steelers, I don't want to hear no more negative Steelers talk.
Just like we did. Like, yo, it was 18-10, bro. Cut it out, man.
More than 6.5.
Nonsense.
If the Eagles
Out
can't cover
here.
6.5, I don't want to hear no more Steelers talk.
Yo, this
Look, Fields was 17 for 23
Talk
for
mad shit
Winston.
for a team that lost. Like, I don't understand this. Like,
I just called by what I seen on the tape.
oh my God, this guy.
It was terrible,
The
man.
lock is Ravens +8.5 over.
Yo, pray to God we don't win. If we win, I'm telling you, the show better be canceled.
They'll cover the 8.5.
I'm rooting for y'all, actually. I'm rooting for y'all this week.
Book it. Okay.
They're covering that for sure. Lock that
Yes.
in.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Talking about y'all not gonna win. You're not even home.
Okay.
Nah, they can pull up the upset.
We can pull it.
Ravens.
Pull up an upset with Gardner Minshew. Oh my.
Yes.
You must figure it, but you gotta go watch some
Yes.
Gardner Minshew.
I'm a Raiders fan this week.
Oh yeah, you sound even as a Steelers fan, that's a miracle, bro. That's a miracle.
Come on, bro.
You never know with Democrat. I ain't gonna lie. He can go either way. So, Jordan, what you got, bro?
Yo, so no cap, the lock of the week is actually the Steelers -2.5.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
if
lot.
they do win, we at least know they can win by a field goal.
Yeah, at least. They good for field goals.
Yeah. So if they don't score
They good for field goals, so we can lock that one
They
in.
can
One
get
by
a
eight.
field goal.
Yo, good for field goals, though. 8 field goals
So-
would work for y'all.
That's actually the lock of the week.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's definitely a lot. All right, moving on. We'll go to the from last week and the standings and stuff like that. I got them right here from the pick'ems. Yeah, I was 4-0. I mean, that was already.
That's correct. You can't even put my name. That's
That's
too crazy with the
That's the
Democrats.
name.
Ew.
You used to it. That's the name, homie.
Jordan. I'm trying to put that in there, actually. That's why I'm laughing right now. That was like yesterday. I mean, that was earlier today. Jeff, Toby 3-1. Daryl was 3-1, and Jordan was 3-1. So, you know, contrary to what Jordan said about last year, I'm ahead like I would have been last year. I understood this got messed up.
Nah.
So, but this week we got the new pick'ems, and Jeff loaded them up: Saints, Cowboys, Bucks versus Lions, Chiefs and Bengals, Dolphins and Bills.
It was a really good game.
Good
Those
picks.
really good
Yeah,
games.
definitely.
Daryl, why don't you start, bro?
Yeah, all good games. So I feel like most of these teams was playoff teams. I'm gonna take the Cowboys, and I like how Derek Carr and the Saints team look, but I'm gonna still roll with the Cowboys. I feel like they started out hot against the Browns. The Lions, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, and I'm taking the Dolphins tomorrow.
Jeff, you got it?
Yeah, of course.
All right, Toby.
Oh yeah, that was the same picks as Daryl. I was gonna do that same thing.
Okay.
He said Dallas. He said Dallas Lions.
Dallas Lions, Chiefs, Fins.
Defense. Okay, Jordan. Let me hear what Jordan got, especially on that Bills game. Let me see what you got doing.
So I got Cowboys, Lions, Chiefs, Bills.
I knew it. I knew it. That nigga loves some Josh Allen, bro.
Can't help it, can he?
Yeah.
Got a bromance.
I'm only picking Miami because they're at home. If it was the other way around, I'll pick the Bills.
I know it.
Yeah, because they
Jeff?
never play good on the road.
Oh, you want to go? I'll go. Let me get Cowboys. That Lions get closer than people think, but I'm gonna go with the Lions. Chiefs. Oh man, this actually is a tough one though. I'm gonna go with the Feds too, actually, because I think that their defense is better this year, and those lack of weapons is gonna really hurt and over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with them too. Honestly. You up, Jeff?
I'm gonna go. Give me a second here. Let me see. I'm gonna go with let's see. Who Dallas played last week? The Browns.
Yeah.
Smacked them.
Yeah, Dak ain't looked that great. So I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Wow.
What you mean? Dak only had what 179
Go ahead,
yards?
Saints.
Well,
Wow.
Saints. I'm gonna go with the Bucks too. I'm
Wow.
gonna go with KC, and then I'm gonna go with the Fins.
That's
Baker
two.
looked really good last week, bro.
2-2.
He did. Shake and bake. 2-2.
Shake and Bake looked real good. Him and Mike Evans look real good. Like
He did, but I think the Lions go learn from some of the mistakes they made in that Rams game and clean it up a little bit. So
no, I don't think so. I think they're gonna.
all right. Well, anyway, thank you all for coming out. You know what I mean? We appreciate you. Always like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the show. We got the IG channel now. What's it called? Beyond the Trenches, right?
Podcast, yeah, Beyond Trenches podcast.
No. The Beyond the Trenches podcast on IG. You know, log in and follow that as well. We appreciate you for Jeff, Toby, Daryl, and Jordan. We will see you next Wednesday for that.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace. Good job.